Okay, here we have an Emerson type 12666. This was Emerson's first 12-inch 6-blade residential oscillating fan. Very, very desirable among collectors for many of the characteristics of this model. You have the beautiful ornate ribbed base, the very large motor, lots of vent holes. On the front of the motor you have the embossed Emerson Electric Company logo on the front of the motor. Then you have your early technology here with this lever oscillator design. Thin gearbox, lever, comes over to the shaft, another foot and then a lever. You know, just very early Emerson design with this particular model. This fan was restored by Paul Graves. You know, he's an iconic fan restorer within the community. And from the collection of the museum collection of Steve Cunningham. So you can read about Steve's history in fan collecting and with the club in our blog. We have dedicated a special blog post about Steve and his history with fan collecting. So this fan was placed in the Antique Fan Collectors Museum 27 years ago. It's number 119, which would make it the 18th. They started with 101. This would make this the 18th. Wasn't really a donation, but just members placed their fans in there. So this was the 18th fan to be placed in the Fan Collectors Museum, where it was on display for 27 years until July. You know, just a beautiful example. This fan also comes with its museum ID tag, stating that it's inventory number within the museum. So it will always have that with it. Again, you can read about Steve Cunningham, his history as a collector, and then you have a very iconic timeline fan from Emerson. Very first residential 6-blade oscillating fan. Just super desirable. It's a beautiful fan. I mean, this fan is a beast. Very, very heavy, very solid, and it does have another interesting early bit of technology inside of it. It has a centrifugal start switch. So there is a starting switch inside of here that you hear when the fan starts up. You hear some clicking noise until it reaches speed, at which time it opens up and shuts off the start winding and goes to the primary. So, you know, just a lot of history, both in Emerson fan design and fan collector / museum history with this fans. Again, and looking at this gearbox and all of its components, it appears that all of the shoulder screws, the arms, everything on the back of this fan that deals with the oscillator is 100% original. And what happened over time with the 100% original components of this, obviously you had wear. You know, maintenance was not the top priority. You got your fan and you're like, super excited to have your fan, we just want it to blow air. So, you know, maintaining these pivot points since the day it was new was not the top priority. So over the years, you get wear on those particular pivot points and therefore you lose, you know, that nice tight oscillation. But, you know, again, that's sort of the characteristic of this fan. It's early and it's early design, and it's very primitive, so to speak.